Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Memes of the Week. The best thing you can do for this channel is spank that like button before watching this, so it reaches a wider audience. Also, before I get on with the memes, first a word from today's sponsor, Chris Whalen. He's a U.S. business tax expert serving clients in North America and abroad. The first consultation is always free, just like men going their own way. He's also a fellow MGTOW and will keep your pills red, but brings your books back to black. Reach out to Chris Whalen CPA today for all your personal and business accounting needs, before taking care of your sexual needs. Sponsor link is down below. And now on with the memes. Number 1, this man almost ended someone, but because he's attractive, his mugshot got him a modeling contract. Women are going gaga for him. If being a nice guy was important to women, he wouldn't have been given that contract, and instead he would have been cancelled. Women want someone that's good looking and capable of violence, proving to her that they'll get gorgeous offspring and that he can protect them and her. The teardrop tattoo usually means you ended someone in the slammer. Moving on, the definition of feminism is made for the cognitive dissonance of the female mind. It's the radical idea that women are oppressed by a society that caters to their every demand. We give them everything they ask for, and then they ignore what's been given to them and demand everything else we have to give. Now that more men refuse to get married and have relationships, they'll need to get into government and tax the wealth we won't be willing to give them. Number 3, we have a woman claiming that 65% of women cheat, and that 85% of the time it's men's fault that they do it, and it's justified. I was expecting 100%. She was, of course, being generous. The women that cheat also accidentally have sex with men they seek emotional support from. But women don't accidentally do that with friend-zone simps. They only do that with men that they're attracted to. But it must be true, because one time I was in the friend zone and her meat curtains accidentally slipped on a banana peel and fell on my swing. But seriously, they're allergic to accountability. Up next is Carrie, and she says that it's false that she's only willing to date a man that's fit. She says heart and personality are the most important things to her. Yet the guy that she's with is muscular and 6 feet tall plus. Never listen to what women say. Always watch what they do. Remember, just have a nice personality and be 6'6", bro. That guy swing is probably the size of her head. And look how happy both of them look. Number 5, a while back there was a show with Fresh and Fit and Pearl. It should have been called the Unmonetizables. I thought that YouTube would never demonetize minorities and women in the manosphere, and I was proven wrong. If these 3 could get millions of subscribers and billions of views, then you know what type of desire there is for manosphere content. I know what many of you want to see happen, but I'm sorry to dash your dreams. It ain't happening. No red pill Oreos here. Moving on, the latest Marvel film, Madam Web, flops at the box office, and women are furious, and blaming men for its failure again. I didn't see any advertising for it, and only learned about it when I saw the red carpet photos. It was probably so bad that Hollywood didn't want to waste even more money on advertising than they did. They spent $80 million and made 51.5 back on the opening weekend worldwide. A far cry from the days when superhero films made billions of dollars on opening weekend. Number 7, Javier Milei has achieved the first balanced budget in Argentina in a decade. He fired all the feminists, and yet people say he's owned by the WEF establishment. He's also friends to Israel, so who knows? Here he is in a recent photo. What's he crying about? Up next, the greatest female boxer of all time challenges a man and gets knocked out by an amateur. Maybe she watched one too many action films where 120-pound women take on 250-pound men. But I thought that girl bosses always win, though. The Williams sisters from tennis said that they could beat any man playing rank 200 and below. A male player named Karsten Barsch drank, smoked, and ate before their sets, and he beat both of them 6-1 and 6-2. Yet they still pay female tennis players in America the same amount. I guess that's equality. Number 9, it looks like hairstyles from the 1220s are trending 900 years later in the 2020s. Well, at least we know that there were also feminists back then. Either that or Larry, Curly, and Moe went back in time. This makes it real easy for men to know which women to avoid. We had haircuts like this in the early 90s called a mushroom or bowl cut. Your mom would put a bowl on your head and cut around the rim. I'm surprised these women didn't dye their hair blue. Moving on, we have Hannah, and she once matched with a guy, and when she messaged him, he said bye. So she asked him why. He said he matched with her to remind her that single mothers need to lower their standards. This chat is literally doing God's work. Maybe this is one of the reasons that dating apps are starting to fail and younger generations aren't using them anymore. Number 11, in 2019, this strong independent woman named Amanda got lost in the woods for 17 days. She went hiking without a cell phone, food, or water. She was clearly sunburned, malnourished, and ate berries and drank stream water to survive. Odds are she probably did it for attention and was only pretending to get lost, but then it happened for real. I never go hiking without a GPS unit, cell phone, and satellite locator beacon. I also carry a pocket knife. Up next is a woman asking some kid for a seat on the bus. The kid asks her what her disability is. She says, "I'm a woman." But I think she's confused disability with entitlement. If she asked me, I'd say sorry, but you can still stand with the mental disability. I'll give her brownie points for being honest though. Congratulations, honey. Now you enjoy the ride standing up. Number 13, two young black girls in New Orleans have proven the Pythagorean theorem. And this woman says it's never been done before. Here we have another example of something only ever being done once a woman does it. Actually, it was done many times before by men, but only now does it actually really count. Wait until the first woman walks on the moon. Then they'll pretend like she's the first human to ever do it. Moving on, women have high standards and demand that Tinder filters short, ugly men out of the algorithm. Women are allowed to have standards in the way that they want. But the moment men say they prefer debt-free virgins without tattoos, they start to lose their minds. If it weren't for double standards, they wouldn't have any standards at all. Men aren't allowed to have standards, but we're also shamed for not having standards. Talk about irony. So the best thing you can do is go your own way. Number 15, congratulations to Rachel and her new fiancé Paul on their new baby. Yes, he's the father. Rachel apparently has African American DNA in her, which skips generations and can cause kids to be born darker. Looks like she had African DNA in her all right. The kid's name is Cash Jamal. It makes me wonder who this kid is named after. Here's a picture of Paul 30 years after he raises the kid and finds out it wasn't his. Up next, if you ever tried selling a used television or car in Canada, you're going to have tons of people with broken English contacting you like this, showing up and offering you half price with regards to what you wanted. This guy's new to Canada and wants the TV for free, no doubt. And then he's going to try and sell it on Marketplace or Kijiji, our version of Craigslist. The guy should have responded by saying, "Sorry, this is an English TV. Please send Bob's Vagina and new TV I new to Canada too and also need." Number 17 is a thick gal trying to insult thinner women, saying that they're only thinner and not prettier than her. Unfortunately for her, I'm pretty sure that most women are both. The shirt should have really said, "Yes, honey, you're thinner than me and prettier." In 10 years, it'll probably say, "No, honey, you're just more alive than me and not prettier." Remember, everyone, this is your daily reminder to exercise. Moving on, we have a woman saying that the American dream is dead, and she welcomes everyone to the Dubai dream, where she can walk around at night without worrying about her safety. This is probably the same type of woman that welcomed in as many diverse people into America with open arms as possible. And yet she runs away after the chaos she creates. She says she can ride her bike to work every day in February. Let's see how far she gets in June when it's hotter than hell. Number 19, we have another possible female hiker, except this one didn't make it. Maureen Kelly left her campground on a spiritual quest after disrobing and heading out into the woods with some matches, pointy object, and compass. Hypothermia probably got her. Then again, maybe Bigfoot made some babies with her and she finally found the man of her dreams. Up next, I asked you guys what you thought of Simone here. She was 18 when the Germans invaded, and her first act of rebellion was stealing a bicycle and then slashing all the tires of German bikes and motorcycles. Asked you guys what you thought of her. One guy says she's a free ammo pickup. Another says she fought the wrong enemy and that the current French women are allowing their country to be invaded and this woman wouldn't recognize Paris today. I agree. Number 21, if you wanted to know why television series these days are terrible, it's because in the last 10 to 15 years they fired between a third and a half of the male writers and story editors. From 2017 to 2021, the number of alphabet writers doubled. And between 2017 and 2021, the number of new male writers fell by almost 50%. It's okay though. AI is about to make all those woke writers unemployed, and men will be using AI to make films alone in their basements. Moving on, we have two high-calorie humans in Toronto wanted for allegedly setting fire to an apartment. Allegedly. Really? What's the gas can for? So they can sniff petrol, perhaps? I'm sure that one day if civilization fails, high-calorie humans will be in high demand. If you're American, Toronto is pronounced without the second T. It's Toronto, not Toronto. Number 23, this single mother fan of Stranger Things was scammed by someone claiming that they were Dacker Montgomery. She left her husband for the scammer on an online forum, and even sent him $10,000. I think it was the husband that paid the scammer to do this, though. This just shows how delusional most people are these days. As for this story, we all know that stranger things have happened. Up next, women want men to make the first move, but they don't want to get hit on by men. They only want attractive men to hit on them, and they also want to be paid the same amount as men. Yet they also want their man to make 5 times more money than they do. They just can't make up their minds now, can they? Women want it all, especially when it's impossible. Number 25 and the last one, millennial men are ditching physical strength, masculinity, and competitiveness, and preferring to focus on good health and altruism. So you're saying the generation soy has been feminized. This is what happens when testosterone falls by 2.5% a year. For many of these men, the hardest thing they'll have to do to achieve something in life is when they decide they want to become a woman. Weak men create hard times, and AI will create good times. So that's it for another Memes of the Week. Give this video a thumbs up to help it reach more viewers. If you want the memes I can't show you on YouTube, then subscribe to me over on my X account where I post them ahead of time. Link is down below. Also remember I make these for free, so donate at the PayPal and Subscribe Star links below for more content like this. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day, and cheers.